Before I begin, let me ask you a simple question. How many of you woke up today excited for the day ahead? Go ahead, show or raise of hands. Oh wow, that's more than I expected. Now, how many of you felt that way yesterday or last week? Okay, you guys are really happy people. However, most of us don't wake up excited anymore. Not because life is meaningless, but because it's crowded. Notifications, deadlines, expectations. Before your feet even touch the ground, you're already behind. We live in a culture that applauds busy, celebrates hustle, and treats exhaustion like a badge of honor. We optimize everything, our schedules, our bodies, our work, just to squeeze in a little bit more time in our days. We've even somehow managed to turn naps into strategic recovery. Not rest, just maintenance. And yet when free time appears, we're pressured to use it productively. We've been trained to believe that being productive is being worthy. And to be clear, productivity itself isn't bad. Productivity built hospitals, roads, technology, even this school we're in. But here's the problem. It works. It works too well. It works so well that it stopped being a tool and became proof. Proof that we matter. Proof that we belong. Output became identity. And I can guarantee that most of you, well, I would hope, didn't wake up one day and decide, I want to live a life optimized for output. You adapted because the system rewards speed, compliance, and consistency. And humans always adapt to what gets rewarded. But then at some point along the way, we stopped asking a deeper question. Why? Why are we doing all of this in the first place? Instead of guessing, I asked others. I ran an anonymous survey at my school. I asked a few questions like, how often do you feel overwhelmed by schoolwork? How often do you feel guilty when you're not being productive? Do you feel a sense of purpose in your daily work? 87% of students said they almost always feel stressed. 90% of students said they feel guilty when they're not being productive, and many admitted they feel disconnected from any real sense of purpose in their daily work. But what mattered more than statistics was why. When I asked people why they work so hard, they said, oh, it's just routine. I feel guilty if I don't, or so that my parents, teachers, or peers don't think less of me. That's not passion, nor is it purpose or curiosity. That's pressure. And it's effective in the short term, but extremely exhausting in the long term. And honestly, I didn't need statistics to know this was real. I've lived it. Let me tell you what it looks like. 2:17 a.m. I remember the exact time because I kept checking it. My desk was covered in notes, highlighters, flashcards. I had a major test in 6 hours. I knew the material, and I definitely wasn't behind, but my chest felt tight, and I couldn't stop. Stopping felt dangerous. It was about identity. Because if I'm not smart, if I'm not high achieving, if I'm not going places, then who am I? And that question should never exist over a test, but it does. Not just for me, for many of us. Because we're not afraid of failing. We're afraid that without our achievements, we're nothing. We're not chasing knowledge. We're chasing identity. And it wasn't always like that. As children, curiosity came naturally. You drew the sun with sunglasses and didn't even think twice about it. You didn't explore to impress anyone. You just did things because they were interesting. But slowly, curiosity got replaced with performance. Students get placed on a single, narrow track and told it's the only way forward. Do everything. Do it exceptionally. Be impressive. And most importantly, prove your worth. And when everyone is forced to run the same race at the same speed towards the same finish line, something very important gets lost along the way. purpose. And this doesn't stop at graduation. Students become workers who know how to perform, but not to pause, how to deliver, but not to ask why. But then millions of capable people feel burnt out, exhausted, and disconnected. That's not an individual failure. It's a systematic one. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The system isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. John D. Rockefeller, a significant contributor to the American education system, is often attributed to his quote, "I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers." The principle behind this businessman has shaped the foundations of our society today: efficiency, predictability, and standardization. And the system doesn't need force to control us. It just needs structure, incentives, and repetition. And the most dangerous part? It's comfortable. Optimization gives us structure. Clear goals give us clear feedback. There's no certificate for living intentionally. So we choose what's measurable, because measurable feels safe. Purpose feels uncertain, and uncertainty feels dangerous, even when it's meaningful. So, I guess the big question you all are asking is, what do we do now? This is the part where I'm supposed to tell you to drop out of school or quit your job, move to Bali, and journal at sunrise. Though that sounds nice, I won't do that. Well, mostly because none of us can afford it anyways. Productivity isn't evil. It just needs to go back to being a tool and not an identity. The shift is small but powerful. Instead of asking, how much can I do? Ask, what am I doing this for? Instead of asking, how do I stay ahead? Ask, ahead of what? Before you say yes to the next impressive thing, pause. Ask yourself, if no one saw this, would I still want it? We've confused being impressive with being alive, but we can change by choosing discomfort. Try one thing in your life that doesn't earn you anything, just because you want to, just to feel new again. Try drawing the sun with sunglasses again. It will feel uncomfortable, which probably means it's real, and it's worth something. I'm not standing here because I figured this out. I still feel that 2:17 a.m. pressure sometimes. But now at least I see it. Burnout culture survives because people stay asleep inside of it. And the most radical thing you can do isn't to quit. It's to wake up. If you don't choose your direction, the system will choose it for you. One day, you'll be 70 years old. The sun will be setting, and the system will stop asking things of you. No noise, no need to perform, no deadlines. Then you'll be left alone with one question. Did I ever choose to live, or did I just comply? You don't get a second life where you suddenly wake up brave, curious, and alive. This life is the one. So maybe the real question isn't, when did productivity replace purpose? Maybe it's this. What would happen if we stopped letting it? Productivity can build impressive lives, but only purpose makes them worth living. Thank you.